Hello, and welcome to Symbols and Cynicism, a podcast where we talk about all of the things I love, some of the things I hate, and this wacky adventure we call life. My name is Bob, I'm your host, and I'm glad you're here today as we talk about all things Thanksgiving, including food, traditions, food, maybe food. Also, we have something neat with Matt on location at the Weber Grill in Indianapolis, and parades. Let's get started. Welcome back. Glad you are here. Today it is almost Thanksgiving, just a few days before. We have so many things to be thankful for here at Symbols and Cynicism. And one of those things is Indianapolis last weekend, BOA Grand Nationals. We talked about it last week's episode. 2 weeks ago, we talked about having a booth there, and it was just a fantastic time. We met so many kids, adults, just a great weekend. We sold some fidget spinners and some music, and just like I said beforehand, the best case scenario didn't happen. The worst case also did not happen. Somewhere in the middle, which is great. Made some contacts, just hung out with some really, really great people. A couple of folks who already knew the podcast, which was awesome. A couple of people who said, hey, I think I've seen you on TikTok. So if you missed us at BOA, we've got a booth coming up at OMEA at the Professional Development Conference. That is at the end of January, so we'll be talking more about that when we get into the month of January. What about the bands? Wow, the bands. Incredible performances all the way through, all weekend. I did manage to catch a couple. We caught all of finals. I caught some of semis, and then off and on throughout prelims. Had some other folks there kind of taking care of the booth. My prediction leading in, if you remember, was Flower Mound edging out Avon. And I said, tough to deny Avon, but for the sake of argument, I went Flower Mound. Avon did edge Flower Mound. So I was close. I got the second. I got the 1 and the 2. I just got them in the reverse order. Both bands and others, just incredible. Some of my favorite bands from the weekend would be Fishers High School from Fishers, Indiana. Their show is called Grin and Bear It. They have huge teddy bears all over the field. Happy side teddy bears, sad side teddy bears. And the idea of the show is we all hide our feelings behind a smile or an exterior. And really, really great show. Morton High School, don't remember the state they're from, but their show was really cool. They suspended the mellophones off this lift. The music was a lot of Welcome to the Black Parade by My Chemical Romance. My favorite band from finals was probably Flower Mound. Really great show. Really love their show. I love Ronald Reagan. Also, great show for them. Just a lot of great performances, too many to remember. Fantastic. My 2 highlight bands also were Columbus High School from Indiana, former student of mine, rocking that band. Really enjoyed their prelims performance. And then another highlight for me was Troy High School from Ohio. That's a client of mine. I write their wind music, and I got to go through warm-up and through the tunnel, out onto the field, watch the show, exit tunnel, and that's the first time I've ever gotten to do that. I've had 3 times before that clients have performed, but never when I was able to attend. So this is my first time on the field, and I got to tell you, the atmosphere is electric, even for prelims. I'm standing on the sideline watching these kids perform, thinking, how are they doing this? It is so intimidating to see this venue and the crowd, and you come out of the tunnel and you just boom, the place just explodes with space. So congratulations to those 2 bands after my heart, because they're close to me, with a former student and with friends and clients. Congratulations to everybody that performed. There were big bands, little bands, a band from Alaska was really cool. And so it was great weekend all around. No feedback from this past week. It's been a pretty quiet week. But on today's episode, we've got a lot of fun here today. It's almost Thanksgiving. I love Thanksgiving for so many reasons. We'll get into that. My sister and our producer, Kathy, will be with us, and we're just going to discuss Thanksgiving traditions and food and the best and worst of all things Thanksgiving. Something neat with Matt, that was on location at the Weber Grill in Indianapolis. We did that a couple of weeks ago. Didn't get it on last week, so we've got it today, this week. And along with Matt and I discussing bourbon at the Weber Grill, Kathy makes an appearance, so she's on with us also. And also at the end, parades. There is a lot to do, so let's get rolling. All right, Thanksgiving special. We are here via phone with our producer and my sister, Kathy. How are you doing today, Kathy?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am great. I think I'm finally fully recovered from BOA. Took a few days. That was a long 4-day stretch, but and you were there Wednesday night, Thursday. That was your first BOA Grand Nationals experience. What'd you think? What are some thoughts?
It was really fun. It was my first time at this, and I've never been to a drum corps thing. I've never been to anything like that before. So it was much bigger than I anticipated in kind of every aspect. I have maybe been by Lucas Oil Stadium. I've never been in it. So even just seeing high school kids in that stadium was pretty impressive. You encouraged me to attend a couple of performances. You told me which ones I should go see, and I did. And it was impressive to remember over and over again that these are high school kids, on this literally big stage and, doing their thing. So it was cool.
Yeah, it's hard to describe. It's kind of one of those things you have to experience. Words just don't do it justice, because you go to your local high school band event, or you were in band in high school, and it's like, okay, band. But then when you see it this large, it's like, wow. Let's talk about Thanksgiving. When I think about I think when most people think about Thanksgiving, they think about food, because families get together and that's one of the things they do. They eat, and certainly our family does. We'll be getting together on Friday of this week and doing our Thanksgiving thing. So what are your favorites, worst? Let's kind of just jumble it all together here. Turkey or ham? What do you think?
Turkey. We're a turkey family. My son doesn't like ham. I think you probably prefer turkey, so that tends to be what we default to, but I love turkey.
Did we grow up with turkey? I don't even remember.
I think we did. We used to go to our grandmother's house, right? And I mostly remember pumpkin pie from that.
I think it was probably turkey at Thanksgiving, ham at Christmas.
Yeah, I think that sounds right.
That was a long time ago. Yeah,
it was.
I'm a turkey person. I love ham too. Ham is great, but on Thanksgiving, for me, it's turkey. That in my opinion is the right answer. So we're both on team turkey. Mm-hmm. White meat or dark meat? Where are you going?
I prefer white meat if I'm just eating turkey. If I'm cooking with it in some other way, the leftovers afterwards, then dark meat serves me better, and I can do some more picking around the fattiness or things like that. So if it's just me eating it on Thanksgiving Day, then I'm going white meat.
Yeah, I'm white meat all the time. You can have the legs and the thighs. As far as I'm concerned, it's white meat on the day and after the day. I love a white breast meat sandwich. Mm-hmm. And I'm not a gravy person. You know this, when my house hosts Thanksgiving, you have to come and make the gravy, because we're not a gravy family on my little pod over here. Mm-hmm. I am a white meat, salt and pepper. That's the way the turkey is eaten on my plate. I'm not a gravy guy. You like gravy.
I do like gravy, and I like it on some of the side dishes. I like gravy with mashed potatoes or stuffing, or on those kind of side dishes too. So I do like gravy. Our parents are also gravy people, so I will make gravy on Friday.
You will. Well, you mentioned sides. Let's get into it. This is the big, we could go on for days on the number of sides. What's your favorite? Give me a couple of your favorite sides.
I do love side dishes. When it comes to a carby, starchy thing, I'm a potato person, so mashed potatoes are kind of my go-to. I do love well-made mashed potatoes. As far as vegetable sides go, I love Brussels sprouts. They're my favorite vegetable. I make them very regularly in our house, and Thanksgiving is just another reason to make really beautifully done Brussels sprouts.
Now, when you make Brussels sprouts, most people in this world do not like Brussels sprouts. I think if we took a poll, it would be not like Brussels sprouts way ahead of. I like Brussels sprouts as
Mhm.
well. It's one of my favorite. We must have, but I remember eating them growing up and not liking them. At
Ditto.
some point, I started liking them. But you don't just make Brussels sprouts.
True.
So give us a 60-second Brussels sprout recipe.
Sure. Fry a whole bunch of bacon and into the grease of the bacon while the bacon is still in the pan, which I make in a cast iron skillet. Dump all of the quartered Brussels sprouts, a whole big pile. I fill the pan and then toss those up in the grease. And then I roast those in the oven for half hour or so, half hour, 45 minutes. Whatever the oven happens to be on is fine. And that kind of, I can fluctuate the time according to the temperature that it's in. But until they are nice and brown and toasty, then I sprinkle with a little brown sugar and I put dried cranberries in it. And so it gets a little bit of sweetness and caramelization, but the roasting of the Brussels sprouts is the best way for me.
So, do you like Brussels sprouts or do you like bacon fat, brown sugar, and cranberry?
All of the above.
Okay, I'm not sure you like Brussels sprouts. I think you like all of that other stuff. With nobody would argue with brown sugar, bacon, and cranberry. Speaking of cranberries,
Mhm.
are you make cranberry? Again, growing up, we were the. I didn't know what cranberry sauce was
Yeah.
because it just came out of the can,
Yep.
still shaped with the ridges. I
Yep.
thought the ridges were like cut lines to
Right.
help you cut straight.
That is
Remember that
how
at
we
grandma's
cut
house?
it. Yeah, we actually
Yeah.
did that. Yeah.
Yeah, but then I didn't learn until later in life, maybe at your house for Thanksgiving, that
Mhm.
that's not really what cranberry sauce is. It's supposed to be like a jellied liquid with cranberries and you kind of make it that way. So do you prefer that or do you prefer like out of the can?
Oh, I like both kinds of cranberry sauce. I could be on board with either method of that. I do make it from scratch, but if I was somewhere and it served it in a can, I would eat that. I don't mind it. I think it's a good complement to the turkey, especially if it's a dry turkey. I think that can help perk things up a bit.
Yeah, I think the nostalgia of the can
Mhm.
speaks to me because I remember it from grandma's house.
Yeah.
But yeah, but fresh, I don't make the fresh. Nobody here. I only get it if I'm at your place.
Yeah.
But yeah, either way, I agree. Either way. My favorite side is deviled eggs. If you don't have deviled eggs at
Mm.
Thanksgiving, just leave me out of it. I don't want anything to do with it. If my plate at Thanksgiving is just white meat turkey with salt and pepper, about 45 deviled eggs,
Yep.
and maybe a spoonful of mashed potatoes,
Mhm.
that's fine.
That
Maybe a
sounds about right.
spoonful of green bean casserole. I'm okay. I like green bean casserole. I like mashed potatoes. Stuffing is
Mhm.
good also. I mean, all of these things are good, but if you're talking top of Mount Rushmore,
Mhm.
if you're talking about the Mount Rushmore of Thanksgiving plates, it's white meat turkey with salt and pepper and it's deviled eggs. And if I'm at Thanksgiving and nobody else in the house likes deviled eggs, it is the perfect Thanksgiving because that means I get to eat all of them. I know Bourbon Matt shares this view with me.
Mhm. Mhm.
We usually text each other throughout the day. Like I've had 4, I've had 5, I've had 6, we kind of like go back and forth on
Nice.
how many deviled eggs that we've eaten. It's the perfect side.
Mhm.
They're cold, which balances out, the warmness of the turkey. They are a little tangy and
Mhm.
just got that richness of the inside, mustard mayo
Mhm.
mixture that they whatever that is that they put back in there. So
Yeah.
I'm a deviled eggs guy. It begins and ends with that.
And I don't think a lot of people think of deviled eggs as Thanksgiving food. I think people tend to think of it as Maybe Easter, maybe because there's all the hard-boiled eggs at Easter or something, but when I say hard-boiled eggs to people about Thanksgiving, they think I'm weird. So I don't know if that's just an us thing or a regional thing or something. But
No,
one of
I think it's an Easter food. I think
yeah,
it's a Christmas food. I think it's 4th of July. I think it's August 10th,
football
4th of May,
Sundays, right?
yeah, Bastille Day. I mean, whatever, it just a random Thursday.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my favorite. Let's move on to, I'm going to be the odd man out here, probably. Most people's favorite thing is going to be desserts.
Mm,
So, I like dessert, but the thing is, I eat so much turkey and deviled eggs that by the time anybody says, here's some dessert, I, I'm like so stinking full. I
mhm.
love a pumpkin roll, a good pumpkin roll, which you make great gluten-free pumpkin rolls.
Thank
A
you.
big fan of that. But my favorite dessert is deviled eggs, I think. I just love going
Mhm.
back for deviled eggs. So give us some dessert thoughts.
Yeah, you always disappoint me a little bit when it comes to dessert. I try to bring something really impressive, and I kind of stopped that a couple years ago because you just want the turkey and the pumpkin roll. You are very enthusiastic about the pumpkin roll, so I appreciate that. I mean, the classic debate is pumpkin pie or sweet potato pie. While I love a pumpkin roll, when it comes to pie, I would prefer sweet potato. I don't tend to make sweet potato pie. I do like it. Um,
That's because it's gross. You don't make it because it's disgusting.
That could be. But you asked me to talk about, standard desserts for Thanksgiving. So
My mistake.
the pumpkin pie, sweet potato pie debate, our bigger family would say that all pie is good. I disagree with that, but we have lots of members of our family that like fruit pies and things like that. So I think those are classic, but I err on the side of, next week I'm bringing a couple pumpkin rolls with me that are of course gluten free, and that'll probably be my dessert contribution next week.
And I remember a lot of pumpkin pie growing up. Again, at grandma, did we spend every Thanksgiving at grandma's? It seems like we
I
did. Maybe
think
we
we
didn't. I'm
did.
just
Yeah.
remembering it.
Yeah.
When we're there, I always remember pumpkin pie, and I remember loving pumpkin pie. It
Mhm.
probably wasn't homemade. It was probably like Kroger or Giant Eagle or something, just
Yeah, I
store
don't
bought. But
remember, but we always put Jimmy's on top. That's what I remember about pumpkin pie. So even now, if I eat pumpkin pie, I want Jimmy's on top.
yeah, I was going to say, like, I remember there being more whipped cream on top than
Mhm.
pumpkin pie. So I'm not sure if I liked pumpkin pie or if I liked whipped cream.
Yeah.
Let's talk about other traditions. Lots of things, people do annually
Mhm.
on Thanksgiving. There's, of course, the parade in the morning. Macy's, there's some local ones too. Football goes on kind of all day. Families get together. We've already talked about food. Turkey trots, there's, lots of
Mhm.
5Ks and 4 milers. Usually those are early in the morning.
Yep.
Black Friday shopping. What do you like? What don't you like?
Well, I do not like Black Friday shopping. Period. End stop. It's the worst. I will never do it. I probably have gone once or twice in my whole life and regretted it immediately. I'm not going this year. Hope to never ever have to do it again. My Christmas shopping is done, has been done, and I'm a do it ahead kind of for months. Finding deals and things is kind of a fun challenge, but at this point, I may still buy stocking stuffers and things, but there's no reason to go shopping in the crowds of Black Friday. Not going to do it. Hope to never do it.
Yeah, most stores have the same sales on Wednesday. We
Mhm.
used to always, when Harrison was smaller and was into more, toys and things, and Dawn and I had school off on Wednesday, but in Fort Wayne, they all had school. So we would go out pretty early on Wednesday morning, 9 or 10. I don't mean
Mhm.
stupid early, but we'd get a sitter for Harrison and we would go Green Wednesday, is what we called it, because you'd get a lot of the same deals with none of the crowds. And
Mhm.
then I'm not a Black Friday person either. And I don't know if Black Friday is as big of a deal as it used to be. I remember when we were
Mhm.
kids and the first Cabbage Patch Babies and
Mhm.
those. I mean, people were beating each other up for those sorts of things. A little later, when
Yep.
flat screen TVs and things came out, people were just like camp out overnight for the
Yep.
deal at Best Buy or Circuit City or whatever
Mhm.
the thing is. So yeah, not a Black Friday, not a
Mhm.
Black Friday person. I like the turkey trot. That's recent for me. We've talked about my running journey a
Mhm.
little on the season 1 of the podcast, and we're not doing one this year because of reasons, but Harrison and I, the last 3 or 4 years, have always done a turkey trot, and I thought those people are crazy. Like, why are you going running on Thanksgiving? And it is fun. It's, crisp air, and people, we don't do this. We dress in normal runner's gear, but people dress up like turkeys and pilgrims and just, wacky sorts of things. And they're just really fun. They're always high energy because everybody's in a good mood. And, some people are there for the race, and some people are just there for the fun. It's kind of a nice mixture. I like turkey trots. And I like watching football all day. It doesn't matter who's playing. It's just kind of a nice thing to have on in the background. In fact, I like when my team's not playing because then I'm not glued to the TV. It's just kind of on in the background. And my favorite tradition probably is deviled eggs. I just love deviled eggs. It's the greatest Thanksgiving tradition in the history of. What's your favorite? You said you don't like Black Friday, but what's your favorite?
My favorite part of it is just our family getting together. I know that's sort of cheesy, but having your family at my house or my family at yours and our parents over is always kind of just my favorite thing. Just catching up, chatting. Usually you guys have had a busy fall because of band things and cross country things and whatever. And so it's always a good time for us to catch up. I do like a turkey trot. We've done a couple. I've done them with my son especially, but we as a family have done them. And with my husband's side of the family, we've done them. So those have been sort of fun. I love the laid backness of that. One of the things I do enjoy is kind of having a movie or something on, our dad falls asleep on the couch and my husband kind of disappears to go take a nap somewhere and everybody sort of chills out. Sometimes we play a board game and things like that. And, especially if you and I are on the same team on a board game, it's likely to upset other people in the family when we are a little too like-minded and beat other people. So those are some of my favorite things.
It's not my fault they're weak.
We're better.
Pain is weakness leaving the body. So this has been good. It's been a fun discussion. A lot of our old ideas, new idea. I think you talked about family getting together, and I remember, the first time you're really an adult, and I don't mean college. I mean like when you have your own place, and maybe you're married or not. We both got kind of married a little bit early in life, but the first time your parents come over to your house for any holiday, really, but it could have been Thanksgiving. I don't remember when it was, but that was just kind of special to have, like everybody at your house is kind of cool. So yeah. So Thanksgiving's at our place this year. We're definitely doing turkey. There better be deviled eggs. I don't know. If there's not, I'm gonna be upset. You're gonna make some gravy. I don't know what we're gonna do with the rest of the thing, but
pumpkin roll and deviled eggs.
Pumpkin roll. You're bringing pumpkin roll, and there'll be some football on, and no turkey trots. Not for us, at least this year.
Yeah, not us
and
either.
Definitely no Black Friday shopping unless it's online.
No.
Although that's you got to wait for Cyber Monday for that, right?
It's all the same deals though. So
is it all the same deals?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for being on, and enjoy the beginning of Thanksgiving week with your family, and we'll see you on Friday.
Looking forward to it.
All right. Happy birthday, Matt.
Thank you. Thanks for the birthday dinner.
You're welcome. Very welcome. We are here. We are in downtown Indianapolis. We are at the Weber Grill. There's probably some background noise here. We're about to meet our server.
How are you guys doing?
Hi, how are you?
Doing great. My name's Ashley. I'll be taking care of you guys.
Great.
You ever been to Weber before?
I have.
All right. You? No?
All right, so our server actually has a lot of words.
That was a barrage of information.
She said them all. She said them all.
Meanwhile, I think I already know what I want anyway.
So we are looking at the bourbon here list. We've got what do we got here? Matt, a Basil Hayden, Buffalo Trace. We got some Bulleit, Elijah Craig, Four Roses, Jack Daniels, Jefferson's Ocean. I heard not good things about that. Jim Beam, Knob Creek, Makers, Rittenhouse, Templeton, Whistle Pig, Wild Turkey, and Woodford Reserve. So there's some things on there we've already had. We've done some Woodford already. I've had Basil Hayden before.
Did the 1792 before.
1792 we did. That was one of the first ones we did on the podcast, right? So what do you think you're going to go with here?
Well, I think so. Another important part of the bourbon experience is you're going to hear a lot of flack about bourbon and people saying, "Oh, this one's not worth it. This one's not very good."
Right.
So then you're hesitant to try it. Well, I have never tried Jefferson's Ocean, and I've only ever heard bad things about it. So I think I'm going to try that and see what it lives up to.
All right, so you're going to go with a Jefferson's Ocean. I've always been intrigued by Whistle Pig.
I've never had it.
You've never had it?
Never had it either.
I mean, we've done some wild turkey.
I have heard good things about Whistle Pig.
I've had Four Roses. I've had Elijah Craig, Makers. I think I'm going to try Whistle Pig.
Okay.
Are you going to go? What are you going to go? Neat? Are you going to go?
Yeah.
With a rock? I think I might go with a rock.
No, I'm going to go neat.
You're going to go neat.
Anytime I try one for the first time, I want the product itself.
Product yourself. It is something neat with Matt.
It is. Yes. With little clanking in the background, nice little restaurant noises. It's very cute.
I hope we can hear any of this.
It's an aesthetic.
Or else it's just going to be crowd noise for 12 minutes of the podcast. Our producer, Kathy, is here. She's very quiet. She doesn't have a microphone. Are you going to get some tequila? Are you going to drink bourbon with us?
I was going to have bourbon.
You're going to have bourbon?
I'm going to let you pick for me.
Well, you should let Matt pick for you. You've never had bourbon ever.
Only in other things.
Okay. So
I make vanilla out of bourbon.
So
I bake.
I mean, probably. Well, I mean, the 1792 is a pretty good beginner bourbon.
Yeah, I would say that's a good beginner. I'm always going to go back to Woodford. I think that's a good.
Woodford Straight.
I think that's a good beginner because of the 94 proof. So yeah, I think that'd be a good start.
So either Woodford or 1792. That's our suggestions.
Okay. And then, do you guys have any questions, or would you like to put in anything?
I'm still looking at food, but I think we'd like to order some drinks. So go ahead.
I'm gonna have the Jefferson's Ocean neat. I'm gonna have the Jefferson's Ocean neat.
Neat. Absolutely.
I'll have a Whistle Pig, neat.
Absolutely. And what am I having?
What do you want, the 1792 or do you want the Woodford?
I don't know the difference. Pick one.
Let's go with the Woodford.
Woodford. She's probably with a rock, though.
Whatever
Okay.
they tell me. What rock?
Give her a rock.
Okay, with the rock. Sure. All right. So Woodford, Whistle Pig, and Jefferson's Ocean.
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you. She has to tell me how to drink this. I know there's a right way.
Okay, we're recording, so so the first thing you do is you just get it close to your
I have to
nose
smell it.
and you smell, and then do it with your mouth open too. It smells different, right? With your mouth closed and your mouth open. Don't get your nose like when you nose a wine, you put your nose in. You don't want to do that here. You want to do like a candle, like.
Waft it.
Ooh, this is good.
Is it?
Can I smell yours?
Because if you put your nose all the way in, it's going to burn because you're going to get pure method. Yeah, pure alcohol.
Okay.
They smell different.
Yeah. It smells sweeter.
Okay, so now also remember when you taste it. Now it's going to be a little bit different for you because you have ice in yours, so it's going to cut down some of the burn a little bit. But the number one rule.
It's gonna burn.
The number one rule. Ignore the first sip.
Ignore the first sip. Don't believe the second sip. The third sip is when you can finally say, okay.
What does they
now
say?
This is
the first sip just tells your brain, okay,
right.
We're doing this.
Yeah. Hi. Hello.
Hi,
okay, I guess we're doing this now.
Hi, we're doing this now. I mean, whatever you're.
I feel like you're watching me.
The longer you wait, the more cut it's going to be because you're diluting it with the. Your first thoughts?
No.
No thoughts? Or your thought is no?
I was told to ignore.
Right, you ignore the first one. Right, okay,
I
so.
was told to ignore the first one, so I'm ignoring.
Good.
No, I
Very-
have no
very good.
thoughts.
So you've ignored the first one. That's
Thank you
great.
for
I'm
following
gonna try.
directions.
Have you tried the Jefferson yet?
No, I haven't.
Okay. What do you think based on smell?
It's fruity.
It's surprising. Have you had Jefferson not the ocean?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
you like that?
Yeah, it was okay. I mean, it was not. I finished the bottle, and I thought, okay, now I just have a nice bottle.
It's not as caramely as a double oak. There's a little floral in there, I think. Like a little, what do they call that? Is it floral?
Floral would be, yeah, that would be,
That would be a thing.
that's an acceptable answer. Yes.
Yeah, I mean it tastes like flowers.
A pig that tastes like flowers.
Right. It's a flowery whistle pig.
A flower. My nickname in high
Have
school.
you had your second sip yet?
I have had my second sip.
Okay.
I'm supposed to ignore it.
You are.
Don't believe it.
I'm not believing it.
Drink some water.
You know what it tastes like to me? I think I have had bourbon.
Paint thinner?
No.
Anybody that says I think I've had bourbon has a pretty good story behind why they think they've
Like the
had
time I ran out of rum and I made rum balls for Christmas with bourbon. That's what it triggers in my brain.
I wasn't there.
He was.
This is good. This is good. It's I mean, there's a little bit of a burn to it. I don't know off the top of my head what the proof is, but I mean it's definitely fruity.
I'm getting very little burn here.
I mean, the tricky thing when you order Jefferson's Ocean is that there are so many different voyages. So the whole point behind Jefferson's Ocean is that instead of aging the whiskey in barrels in a rick house on land, they take the barrels, they put them on a ship, and float them around the ocean for however many months.
So it naturally stirs constantly.
Yeah, so it naturally stirs and it rocks back and forth. And what some people have said is that they can taste the salt from the ocean.
And that's what I've heard too, is that because of the salty air.
And I don't know that I'm getting this. I don't know that I'm getting the salt out of this.
No?
No, it's pretty good.
You ready to go in for your third sip yet? Not yet. Okay.
It feels warm.
One of us is about to drink that Woodford, which is perfectly fine with me.
I like it.
Oh, you like it?
Now,
But I've only had two. I'm not allowed to comment yet.
I will say though, Bob and I were having this conversation on the way down. Like, if you're going to start drinking bourbon, I think the winter months are the time to start trying it. It's warm. It's inviting. And it's interesting. Like when I started drinking bourbon, it's interesting how now, like, I don't. Was my story boring you? And you're like, man, I'm going to start knocking back Woodford.
No, I was. Well, he was distracted.
is that now I'm to the point that, and I was never like this, obviously. But like, I don't drink the bourbon for the effects of the bourbon. Like, I drink it for the flavor profile and because I like it. And so it's more about the experience and less about the drinking. Like at this point, the alcohol is just the side effect to get the flavor out of the bourbon. So that's been really nice that you
Well, I think that's another common misconception about drinking bourbon versus drinking some other alcohols is lots of people drink beer to feel the effects of alcohol,
Yes.
or drink another spirit to feel the effects of the spirit. I don't know many people that drink bourbon for the alcohol effect.
right.
They drink bourbon for the taste. They drink bourbon for the experience. Quite frankly, it's too expensive to drink for the alcohol effect. There are way cheaper ways to do that
Yes.
than drinking bourbon.
Well, and even it even goes into something like, every once in a while I'll have a cigar with a glass of bourbon. Again, you don't smoke the cigar for the nicotine. If there's any, I don't even think there's nicotine in a cigar. But
There's not nicotine in cigar? There has to be nicotine in cigar.
I don't know.
It's not as much as cigarette.
Okay, it's not habit forming. Like you smoke the cigar, but you find the cigar that's going to pair best with the bourbon. So again, it's all about the experience and not just doing it to do it.
Well, smoking cigars was not habit forming for me. I had about an inch and a half of a cigar in college one time. Thought I was going to puke all of my insides to the outsides, and that was the last thing I've smoked ever. So that was 30-something years ago at a friend's bachelor party.
I was one.
You were one
Yes.
when you had your first cigar?
Yes.
Matt's views do not reflect the views of Symbols and Cynicism. All right, so have you had your third one yet?
I have.
You have. Okay, so official thoughts. What are you thinking here?
I like it. It's warm. It's sort of spicy in a way that reminds me of baked goods, like that kind of spicy. Not like burning my throat, but
Yeah,
like
that's a good comparison.
cozy.
It's not jalapenos.
No.
hot, spicy.
It's like cloves and cinnamon and coziness.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, this you were mentioning it's a good time of year. I love it this time of year to go out on the back deck, turn on the fire table. That's warm. The air is cold. The bourbon is warm. It's a nice layering of effects. Okay, so Jefferson's Ocean. Are you going to go buy a bottle of Jefferson's Ocean?
At the right price, yes. I'll have to look up to see what the price is. I would say probably if it's more than $50, $60, probably not.
I can't believe you haven't already looked it up. Look up a bottle of Whistle Pig for me. See what a bottle of Whistle Pig is. And what the proof. Let's look up the proofs on this, too. I mean, we know Woodford. Woodford's in that $50 range,
Yeah.
right?
There are 67 spirits under Whistle Pig.
I don't know specifically which one this was. I think it was the rye.
Over one is 50 and one is 90. 80 for the rye.
I think that she took the menu.
Yeah.
I think we may need to get the menu back.
Okay.
I think this was the rye.
Okay, let's look at Jefferson Ocean.
Does it say what the proof is on it?
French onion soup.
Thank you.
It's very hot.
Would you mind bringing the menu back so we have the bourbon, the drink menu back?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Do you want any dark black pepper for your salad?
Yes, please. Little.
Now this is the Jefferson's Ocean Aged at Sea Voyage 3.
Voyage 3.
Yes. So I don't know.
Is that
which
the
one
Magic Voyage? Is that the Magic School Bus Voyage?
Yeah. Yeah.
Fantastic Voyage from the... Was that Coolio?
And this says $68. I don't know that I'm going to pay $68 for it. It's still good. Like, I would order it at a restaurant. But to put a bottle in my collection...
And what's the proof, did you say? Yeah, so the Whistle Pig's 100 proof. I tell you what.
Depending on which one.
I tell you what, this does not taste like 100 proof. I would have guessed less.
Now, it's interesting because this is...
It's the bourbon list, and then I also brought this one back because we do have drinks on the back of here, and we have a couple signature cocktails that go along with your guys' whiskey.
What's the
bourbon,
best? What's the best one? We're recording a podcast here.
Okay, so
It's a bourbon podcast, so...
Oh, well, that's wonderful. So we have...
And you're on it.
Yes.
You're famous now.
We have a...
I can't even hear her voice.
Tens of people are listening to you.
That's all
big
right.
farm stuff.
So we have... Would you like any more?
No, that's good.
Okay.
Sorry.
We have a vintage old fashioned here that we infuse our own Old Forester 86 for. We use dried orange peels, dried cherries, vanilla paste, cloves, and wood chips. We run it through there 4 times, and that's what makes our vintage old fashioned like special to us.
Well, now we want one of those.
Well, I'm going to get a vintage old fashioned. You want a vintage old fashioned?
Let's do it.
You've never had an old fashioned.
I have not. Maybe I should pass.
No, do it. Do it.
All right, let's do it.
It's really good.
Let's do it.
Friends don't let friends pass on an old fashioned.
Okay, so 3 vintage old. And what kind of bourbon is in that?
Old Forester.
Old Forester 86. Okay.
How do we feel about Old Forester? Farm stock.
Old Forester is good. We've had Old Forester on the
We've had it on the
podcast.
podcast, yeah.
Not the. What did she say?
We had the Statesman.
We had the Statesman.
Whistle Pig Farm Stock Rye is $67.
I don't know that I would pay 60. I'll tell you what, it's pretty good. This Whistle Pig's pretty good.
And now, going back to the proof, it's interesting because the Jefferson's Ocean is 90 proof, and to me it tastes 100 proof. But yours is 100 proof, but seemingly tastes like 90
I would
proof.
not have guessed 100. I would have guessed more like 90 or 85. Okay. All right. Well, I don't know if you caught Ashley, our server. We're going to try the Weber Grill Special Old Fashioned, which is infused with a bunch of stuff, and it's dried orange wood chips that are going to be baked on a something
4 times.
4 times. So we'll be back. We're a fan of the Woodford. Kathy is a fan of the Woodford. I'm a fan of the Whistle Pig. Matt likes the Jefferson Ocean. Even though we both have heard bad things about Jefferson Ocean, this is fantastic.
But not enough to buy it.
But not enough probably to buy it at the price point. So we'll be back here in a little bit when we get our Old Fashions. All right, the food is here. You've got some tiny little steaks over here for our producer Kathy with some mashed potatoes and some asparagus. I'm glad you're in a different hotel room with that asparagus, and I'm very glad Matt did not get the asparagus. He has the barbecue burger with chips, and I don't even remember, some kind of burger, something like that, with fries. Fries look really great. We also have our old fashions. I've got here the special Weber Grill vintage old fashioned. Thank you. That's right. Yeah. It's got a cherry in it and some dried orange peel. Oh, this smells delightful. This is dangerous. Yeah, that'll do, donkey.
That's a good one.
That's a good old fashioned.
That's a good one.
That's a really good one.
That's delicious. That's delicious.
Yeah, I told you. Oh, yeah, old fashions are nice and sweet.
I'm on board with that.
A little bit fruity. It's got syrup and the fruit and usually some bitters, plus obviously the bourbon in this case, which is the
Old Forester. Infused Old Forester.
Yeah, we're a fan. We're a fan of the old fashions. Highly recommended there. Big fan.
After bourbons and Manhattans for old fashions.
Okay, time has elapsed. We've got a wrap-up session here. The food is gone. I had the steak burger and fries. I'm giving it A+. It was a little underdone. I'm not complaining. It was just a little underdone than what I appreciate. The fries were awesome. So I'm giving A+ to the meal. You had
I had the fillets and asparagus and mashed potatoes. I also give it an A+. They were perfectly done.
Yeah, they looked good. The fillets are really small. If it was me, that was way not enough steak for me. Matt, you had the barbecue burger and
bacon burger.
Chips.
That was good. Very good. A+.
A+. All right.
Definitely.
So we're giving A+ all around to the food. Our first round of bourbon, Matt, the Jefferson's Ocean. What do you think there?
I'd give it a solid B.
Solid B.
Solid B.
A Whistle Pig, I'm going A- on A on the Whistle Pig. I'm going to look for that in my local store. Big fan of that. Kathy had the Woodford Straight, and
I liked it. I have nothing bourbon-wise to compare it to, so I'm not the best at giving it a grade, but
okay,
I'm
you
loving
can give it
the
an
old-fashioned.
yeah,
Get these plates out of your way.
most of her bourbon is still sitting there and just waiting. Matt's got his eyes on it.
It's crying.
He's looking at it the way I wish my wife looked at me. We then got a round of the old fashions, and this is honestly one of the better old fashions I've ever had. It is absolutely fantastic, Matt.
It leans to the orange side, more of the citrus side. Sometimes you get them and they favor more just the straight sweet side.
Yeah.
But I love orange, so it's.
And I think that's why I like it. It's definitely it has character. It's not just sweet. It has a taste to it. And you're right. It's definitely the citrusy end of it. You haven't eaten your cherry yet. The cherry is outstanding.
You gotta let it marinate a little.
Yeah, I let mine marinate plenty. My sister, maybe first old fashioned. What do you think?
Yeah, it's delicious. Love it. I'm keeping up with you. That is not just sitting there.
Yeah, no, she is not sitting there just with the old fashioned. So, overall, Weber Grill, absolute top notch food, top notch drinks. Our server Ashley was amazing. We are big fans of the Weber Grill. All around, 3 for 3. Big fans here. We are at BOA all day tomorrow. This is your first ever Grand Nationals.
It is, yeah.
And Kathy as well, her first Grand Nationals. I've been here many times. We've documented that on the podcast as well. So maybe tomorrow, late in the day, we'll kind of do a reaction on thoughts on some Grand Nationals and what we think about all the things going on there. So thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you tomorrow.
No, freeze. Find your happy place.
Parades. Parades are the worst. They're a lot of work, they're very little reward, and that's my opinion. Play some music is what I used to hate, people yelling from the sidewalk. Play some music. Yeah, follow along. About 300 feet, we're going to play some music. P.S. Drum cadence is music. It's not like the band is moving down the street completely silent, unless, of course, it's before the parade route and you're on your front porch, not even on the parade route. But yeah, we're going to play some music. That's what parades do, but you got to be in the right spot. Look, parades are the original TikTok. You get entertainment from one thing for 15 seconds. Then you move on to the next thing. It's like swiping, right? Except for the parade swipes past you. You want to blame something for the poor attention span? Blame parades, not TikTok. They've been around way, way longer. Floats, you worked hard on a float? Fine. Fire trucks? Oh yeah, sure, fire trucks are cool. Ambulances? I love ambulances. Ambulances are great. Some dude driving a normal, tractor? Look, someone walking with a sign that says, "Vote Jones." Look, if parades did not exist, and I came to you outlining an idea for a new entertainment format, and I described a parade, you would have me locked up. You want to see a band perform? Go to a band contest. Go to a band concert. I'm sure your local band has them throughout the year. Parades? Nah, man, get out of here with that nonsense. I feel better. You feel better? I feel better. This week's homework, super easy again. We're killing it with the easy homework lately. Be thankful for what you have that's good in your life. And maybe like so many others, you're thinking, there is no good in my life. I would challenge you on that. I used to tell my students on the last day of class before Thanksgiving break that if they have nothing else to be thankful for, then they can be thankful that they have a band director that loves them enough to care if they play the right notes, to care if they play the right rhythms and the right dynamic, who loves them enough to fight for their excellence, to fight for what's right for the program and to make that program a priority. I used to tell students that every single year. So if you have nothing else to be thankful for, be thankful that you have this podcast and you have this host doing his very best to bring you entertainment on a weekly basis on a variety of topics, all of the things he loves, some of the things he hates, and that we can share this wacky adventure that we call life. So find something good to be thankful for and don't find the dark cloud around that thing. Just enjoy the good for a day. The bad, it'll be there tomorrow. Okay, that's the show. Make sure you leave a rating, drop a comment, or send a message on the app of your choice. You can text the show with a link at the bottom of the description. You can also check out the merch store at themarchingarts.com/RHS. We hope you'll join us next time for a deep dive into episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, something neat with Matt, and people who should go inside the bank. Thanks for joining me today. The theme music is Lollipop, written by me, copyright RHS Music. Show logo is designed by John Suh. This show is produced by my sister, Kathy. I hope you'll join us next time for more reflections and rantings on symbols and cynicism.